the Jets, I'm gonna pull.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm gonna pull.
Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all back.
Blair Thomas. Running back. Penn State. Johnny Mitchell.
The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson. Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick, the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold. The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
Oh, I still got the music on over here. Oh, God. What's happening, everybody? Look at that weird view. What the hell is going on tonight? There we go. Welcome. Welcome to the show. I can already see. I watched the previous stream. Everybody's all pussified. I can see it in the chat. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I don't like it. I won't vote, they say. Oh my gosh, what happened to us? I thought we were the tough ones. I thought we were the men, if you will. Even the women. I thought you were the men too. What happened to us? Swamp Ranger. He's wearing his pink tutu to the stream tonight. What happened to you? You're one of the men. Danger Zone. What happened to you? All these guys, they don't want to trade. Now, look, we'll take it as I love my Jets players. I wouldn't trade any of these guys. You'd have to blow my doors off. But once again, how do we grow? By being uncomfortable, my friends. That's how we grow. We do not grow in our comfort zone. That's how we do it. Right, Hennessy? I'm all real quick. I'll throw this up and then I'll get to Hennessy. This is funny, man. You're a fucking funny guy. Well, he's too much time off. I'm all jacked up. Well, I'll tell you, I've had some time. As you guys know, I was away last week. It damn near killed me. I couldn't do the Tuesday show. I couldn't do the Wednesday show. I couldn't do the Thursday show. But it was all very, very purposeful, my friends. And we had to do, look, you got to do it. I had to fly to Florida, right? I had to fly to Florida to Cooper City is where I was most of the time. And then I went to Miami. I'll tell you what I did in Miami, everybody. I went to the Standard Hotel and Spa. You got to do. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet. And you got to go to the spa. You know what I mean? Business meetings I'll tell you what. Is there anything better than a business meeting at the spa? The Standard in Miami Beach, Florida? Is there anything better than a business meeting half naked with a couple other businessmen talking about percentages? Huh? That's how you do it. That's the place with the pool. They have the speakers under the water in the pool. So when you dive in and swim underwater, you don't miss any of the song. You can hear it underwater real clear. Now, it's not exactly music that I necessarily want to listen to all the time, but they do pretty well. Some jazz and some bluesy shit. But anyhow, guys, I don't know where Dom C is. I'm going to text him and say, what mother loving F? Oh, no way. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Dom has an issue. All right. So we'll get Dom on shortly. But anywho, welcome to the 10 o'clock mock, my good friends. As you guys know, we have a theme for every single week. What we try to do is we try to come up with We try to come up with some ideas that people aren't doing right now. Look, we've heard the rumors about Garrett Wilson's getting traded, and people have, which was baloney, by the way. In my opinion, I never believed it for a second. Garrett Wilson's going to demand a trade. Okay, great. Then we heard the Sauce Gardner stuff. We heard, but it was never anything substantiated. Nobody that I've seen, I'm not saying that hasn't happened at all, but we've definitely never done it here where we've forced ourselves to trade one of our superstars. And here's the logic behind it. Number one, like I said, this is the mock where we use the theme to make ourselves think about the draft from an angle that we're not usually thinking about it from. That's what we want to do. We've traded for Olave. We did trade Brees early on, I think. We did that for like a third, I think it was, something like that. This is more dramatic. The compensation will be a first-round pick, and then we could say we'll get a first next, whatever. But for this draft, we're going to get a first. The other thing, guys, is this. Here's the logic. And we have a lot of history with this. When a new regime comes in, just because our hearts are attached to a guy, and he might be a great player, it doesn't mean that the new regime loves that player, that player fits what they're trying to do, whether it be contract-wise, monetarily. Sauce and Garrett both coming up with contract year kind of a thing, right? Coming up soon. And then you got the other thing, schematic fit, right? Or they might just look at the draft and think, hey, I want two of these guys in the first round this year, and I value them more than I do paying somebody $35 million a year. It happens every time, and I'll give you two examples. Bill Parcells came in here. He hung around for a minute. He looked around. He got us from a 1-15 team to 9-7 in 1 year. 1 year. Added a couple of people here and there. Didn't do anything crazy dramatic. But what he did do on the tail end of that was he cut Adrian Morrell, our beloved running back. He cut Neil O'Donnell, a quarterback that was most Jets fans were fine with, but he was a big signing just 2 years earlier. Right? He traded Jeff Graham, one of our big free agent wide receivers the year before in free agency, from the Chicago Bears. Loved Jeff Graham. And then he traded the defensive rookie of the year, I believe he was, none other than Hugh Douglas, who, where he traded to, the Philadelphia Eagles, stayed and had an amazing career with the Philadelphia Eagles, Pro Bowls and such. A couple years later, Eric Mangini comes in, and we have a guy named John Abraham. Now, Bill Parcells, as the president with Coach Al Groh, was John Abraham was one of the 4 first-round picks that we had. Right? There he is. Everything okay?
Yeah. My long story. My little guy got bit by a fucking it's your stream. I can curse.
Yeah, you're safe here.
Got bit by a stray cat.
Oof. So rabies shots and the like.
They don't know. I mean, tetanus for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So dealing with that. Nothing crazy. Crazy enough. Nothing drastic. Nothing life threatening. That's for sure.
Yeah. Look, like when I was like, where the fuck is Dom C, man? What is this bullshit? And then I looked. I was gonna text you. And go, hey. And I go, ooh. Like I did that live. I'm like, oh no. And they were like, oh, wait a minute. What the hell's going on?
Well, it all happened. It all happened in the midst of while Brian and I were interviewing Andreas Keaton,
Which was good.
I mean? Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
I missed like the first 5 minutes or so of it, but I caught most of it. But all right. So I'm glad. All right. I'm hey, look, they'll take care of everything, and he's got to err on the side of caution with such things.
That's right.
Let me finish my little story here now. So John Abraham, right? We loved him. He was dominant. He was amazing. Eric Mangini comes in and he trades him, and Jets fans were livid. Now, some Jets fans like myself were a little bit resentful toward John Abraham the end of the year before. He didn't play in the playoffs because of his vagina. injury that he had. I think it was his ham. I forget what it was. Ankle, I forget. But we didn't like it. But anyway, he traded him. So look, we traded. Are you seeing that? I watched your and Ryan's stream was going in and out. And now this stream is going in and out a little bit. It's
well, I know our stream. Well, we're in, obviously me and Ryan live relatively close to one another, and it's terrible storms up here.
Yeah, I have it too. Right now it's a lull, but I think that's what so guys, if it gets spotty, I apologize. I mean, I'm seeing it. So like it's going in and out a little bit. So I apologize. Hopefully we can make it through the whole stream. But look, we traded John Abraham for what? Nick Mangold. And then and people were like, you don't trade a guy like John Abraham. And you're right. But we got Nick Mangold. And then what did he do? He traded Jonathan Vilma because we drafted David Harris. And David, look, it was nuts, but David Harris ended up being fucking pretty damn good for us. Not as long as Jonathan Vilma. Was good. It worked out for the Saints and it worked out for us. I think Vilma had the better career overall, but so it happens, guys. Aaron Glenn and Mooj are here. They got rid of Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They brought in Justin Fields and what's that wide receiver we just signed, Dom?
Tyler Johnson.
So there you go.
Josh Reynolds.
No, yeah, Josh Reynolds. Devontae Adams out. Josh Reynolds era begins, baby. That's how it goes. So everybody's in here like, I'm not voting, Dom. I'm yelling at everybody right now. That's what I'm doing. I saw your stream. Everybody was like, wah, wah, wah. No crying in football. What are we doing? This is where the men hang out. And even the women. We got tough broads in here. The Paulas, the Donnas, right? They're all in here. And they know. So that's what we're going to do. The poll is up, everybody. So I want to see everybody get their votes in. I was really hoping to see a different result than you guys got. Right now, it's neck and neck between Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. I'll tell you, anybody who's going to vote for Garrett moving forward, vote for one of the other two. Garrett has no chance. So Garrett's out.
Hey, Bean, can you hear me?
I can hear you beautifully.
You are frozen, my friend.
I'm frozen?
Yep.
See, that's what I'm saying, Dom. Can you hear me at least?
Yeah, hear you perfectly, but
I got everything.
Me.
Let me shut this down. Why is Apple TV open? I don't need that. Right, Dom? We don't need that shit. So can you see me? I'm frozen now again. Let me see what's going on here. All right. So this is going to be a tough night with the rain and the weather, it looks like, around here.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, and I how am I going to yell at everybody and be frozen? You can't do that. Let's get the freeze bean emojis up there, everybody. If I'm frozen for you, throw the freeze bean emojis up there. Well, that all said, we're going to muscle through this thing. I've shut down everything I can shut down, I think. Let me shut down my texts. We'll really refine this, Dom. We're gonna refine it and get everything down. Everything. Do I have Safari open or something down there? What is this? I don't need any of this stuff.
You got 48 windows open. That's the problem.
Fuck off. I only got 6. I only got 6. Because they're only documents. So I don't got anything open here. I can shut this one. I can shut these down. I can shut them down. All right. We'll shut them all down. All right. Fine. Am I better? I look really grainy.
You're lagging. You're lagging hard, but we could see you at least. You're not frozen.
All right, let me do this. Take over for 1 second. I'm going to do something. Okay, just take over for a minute, Dom.
I will
tell them about the rules.
Here are the rules, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only interactive mock draft in YouTube where you, the chat, get to make all the decisions. You want a defensive tackle? We'll draft one. You want a safety at 7? I think you're fucking nuts, but we'll draft one. You guys make all the decisions. The rules are we will entertain any trades that are given to us in the first 2 rounds. And from there, we draft straight through. Again, this will go as far as you guys in the chat will take it. So please don't refrain from getting your votes in and getting your picks done. getting your picks in because you guys control the draft. We're just the vessels, me and GreenBean here. So, and at least it's just me for now. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and get some of these super chats up here? Matthew Malavet. It's close enough. Just do sauce this time. Yeah, well, listen, I think all these situations are kind of, definitely off the straight and narrow and off the cuff. And I told Ryan, if I had to choose one of the three, I'd probably choose sauce. And I love sauce. And not that I want to see him go, but I think I'd be comfortable with the depth that we have in that defensive back room. It's probably the healthiest room between DBs and defensive line and wide receivers. So that's why I would go with sauce. Thank you very much, Matthew, for the super chat. And we'll go on to Mr. David Bruce from overseas in Ireland. Good morning, my friends. Hope you're both well. We hope you're well, David. Hope the weather's treating you well out there and not like it is here in the Northeast where it's rainy and cold for an April day. Ron White's checking in with a $4.99 super chat. Hey, fellers, here's a question for all Jets fans. What would happen if Elon Musk purchased the New York Jets? Let's blow some minds. Well, that's an interesting one, right? I guess all the in-stadium go-karts would now be electric, to say the least. So thank you for the super chat, though, Ron. And, we're just waiting on GreenBean to get back, and we'll get this thing started. Get your votes in on the poll, and let's see what is going on with that. Let's see where we stand. I'm going to bring it up here on my trusty little phone. And where do we stand? Oh, it is close, man. It is really neck and neck here. We are almost at a dead heat between Sauce and Quinnen Williams. So get your votes in and let's see how this draft is going to go. Oh, and he's back and he's crystal clear.
That's right, buddy. I went and scrubbed I had to scrub the undercarriage. That's what happened.
Yeah. You're much better. I mean, it is light years away. So
it was worth it. It was worth it, right?
While you're gone, I went over the rules. I went over and read a few super chats here. We have one more if you want to address. Dano checking in. Thanks.
I got to get Hennessy's too. I skipped Hennessy's. Go ahead with Dano and I'll get you Hennessy.
Dano, the mock theme idea. A call-in mock. One caller per pick. Wow. It's an interesting concept. I've never really thought about it.
What do you say?
A call-in mock. One for every caller. Every caller gets a pick. But we get 300 of you guys in here, and we only have 8 picks. How are we going to make that work, Dano?
Yeah. If you guys vote more than 58% tonight, then I like it. I could do that. We could do that. Before the draft, we'll do that. We'll do like a long night wherever, we do a couple drafts, you know what I mean? And people call in. You get one pick, you got 2 minutes, and that's it.
Do you remember GreenBean? Do you remember one? I guess it was like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where we tried to run simultaneous mock drafts. You did one database, and I did another one.
Yeah, how did that go? Not so good.
It was awful. It was awful.
Was it? What happened?
I think we were on until
it was awful.
2 a.m.
That's a word I don't use enough. I got to use that word awful more.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Let me get to this. So, all right, and we'll close the poll in about 1 minute, I'd say. Let me get to Hennessy's here. Hennessy's obviously GreenBean knows something we don't. Bye, Q. Thankfully, I don't know anything, Hennessy. Hey, Hennessy, Honey Bear. But yeah, no, that's the previous stream with Ryan and Dom. Quinnen won. So I'm really curious. Like again, I'm not looking at it right now. I can't even see I can only see Sauce. It's not expanded, but I'm really hoping that it's not the same. If it is, it is. We'll do it, of course. But
it is neck and neck, GreenBean.
Neck and neck.
We have 92 votes right now. We have 92 votes. It is 47% Sauce. It is 45% Q and a measly, paltry 8% for Garrett.
Yeah, good. Okay, so anybody voting Let's see how many votes we got. I'll look real quick. Only 95 votes. So there's a significant chunk of you guys that have not voted yet. So get your votes in, make your voice heard. Let's control this damn thing. And we'll end it in a minute. I'll do this. David Bruce says he's not from Ireland. I didn't hear this. I guess you said he was Irish.
I said
He's
my friend from Ireland. Yeah, I'm sorry, David.
You know what's a safe bet? When you're unsure, what I do, I go from the UK.
Yeah,
that's all of them.
I hope that's not offensive to a Scotsman. I didn't mean it in an offensive manner.
Yeah, no, David's cool too, and I don't think it's hurtful. It's not like saying you're from New York and
yeah,
you're
it's
really
not.
from
It's not like
California.
calling you a guinea or something like that, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know what I am anymore. So it's funny because speak of the devil, my Guinea father is about 40 feet from me right now. He's in the back, destroying my backyard, building a trailer.
Oh,
It looks like a tornado. I went out there Saturday or Sunday to try to help him clean up. It was a futile effort. He said, "No, I got everything where I need it." It looks like a tornado went through. If I move anything, that's where he wanted it. I'm like, okay. So, hey, I also want to tell you guys, we have a sponsor for tonight. House of Atlas, brand new sponsor. And check this out. They sent me a couple things. I'm going to give this Razor kit away. All super chats tonight, whether that be Stream Beaner, free super chats, or the membership super chat or other super chats. Everybody's going to get entered to win. I think it was Ron Weiss last week. I still got this. I never got the email. I think it was Ron. I forget. Maybe Ron won the week before. I forget. But somebody sent me the email. Whoever won this, I want to ship it out from last week's sponsor, Mando. But this week we got House of Atlas. I'll do a little ad, tell you about them later. But I'm going to give this kit away tonight. Used only 3 times.
On his balls.
Yeah, on my nethers. So, all right. So, guys, I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to give it 3, 2, 1, and I'm ending it.
Right at 100 votes.
100 votes, we'll take it.
And it's tied.
It's tied. All right, we're going to do it.
Oh, don't even do it.
I got to do it. I got it, Dom. What am I going to do? Just pick one? Sauce or Q? Sauce, Quinnen. All right, we're doing 1 minute. So I hope all 100 of you get back in. Here it goes, Sauce or Q. 1 minute. I'm putting the poll on, the timer on, and that's it, buddies. That's what we're going to do. Where's my timer, Dom? There it is. 1 minute has begun. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I never do this. I got a different channel open on I'm going to vote.
I voted too.
I never vote. But I voted now. I voted. So Quinnen or Sauce, one of them's getting traded for a first-round pick. And Dom, I saw that you guys were the Atlanta Falcons. I was thinking that the Cardinals would really like Quinnen Williams. Where are they? 17?
16.
16. So we'll trade him to the Cardinals for pick 16 tonight, everybody.
Well, how do you know it's going to be him?
Well, what did I say? Quinnen?
Yeah.
Whoever it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I was thinking about it for your stream. We got to look and see who needs a cornerback if Sauce wins then.
Oh, I can help you there.
Who needs a cornerback, Dom C?
So, Tennessee, the Jacksonville, the Raiders, the Panthers, the Saints, the Niners.
We're ending the poll. Hold on. Oh, Sauce. So, all right, we're trading the great 2-time All-Pro Defensive Rookie of the Year, Sauce Gardner, in tonight's mock. All right, buddy. Tonight's mock sponsored by House of Atlas. I can't believe it. The House of Atlas comes aboard, and we're trading Sauce Gardner, Dom. It's nuts.
Do you want to send him to Robert Saleh land in San Francisco? I mean, it's a legit fit. It's the 11th pick of the draft.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think he would like that, actually. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. I mean, why wouldn't he?
I think Robert Saleh would be like, holy shit, I can get Sauce over here. I got a trick. He's going to go like this. Hey, he's going to go up to Shanahan and go, dude, listen, all we got to do is put oven mitts on him all training camp. and he's going to the All-Pro. He's going to be voted All-Pro. Oven mitts. That's the trick.
You can also trade him to the Raiders for 6. That's might be too hefty, though. You think?
Yeah, I don't think right. Up 6. I don't know if they're gonna. We'd have to throw something in or something. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But let's take pick number 11 for Sauce Gardner. Can you set that up, Dom?
Sure.
All right.
I can, and let me make a trade here with these. Oh, I gotta present my screen.
All right. So I'll remind you, we're giving away the Razor tonight. All super chats will get entered to win the Razor. After we do the ratings of tonight's mock, we'll do a drawing for House of Atlas, a brand new shaving company, guys.
So they will. They don't want this trade. They'll do it for a second.
They're gonna give us a first.
They are going to give us a first. And guess what? It was accepted.
Oh my God! I knew it. I knew they'd take it. Everybody.
So we are now picking 7 and 11. Folks.
Holy shit!
7 and 11.
See, Swamp Ranger, and isn't now isn't this fun? Now we need a cornerback, but that's all right.
All right. Start the drafting.
What's that?
Should I start the draft?
I'm ready if you are.
Let's rock.
All right.
All right. And off the board, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Mason Graham, Will Campbell, Abdul Carter, Ashton Genty.
Wow. Look at this mix. Travis Hunter comes in with the top overall pick. The Browns admitting this week that the Deshaun Watson was
about that. I don't want to veer off topic, but
swing and a miss, he called it.
Right?
Wow.
What do you do if you're Deshaun Watson or his camp? You got to be telling that guy to go to hell.
You got to say, hey, thanks for the $230 million. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Hey, if you're getting 230 large, you can take a snide comment or two. You know what I mean? That's part of the deal. It's probably in there. If we tell you you're an asshole, you got to eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me just see this. So Scott Foster says, GreenBean, enjoying my bourbon leather Mando pack. Well, there you go. Hopefully you got the deal. You took advantage of the deal, Scott. The discount tonight. We're giving away a 15% off for House of Atlas. So yeah, there you go. This is real shit, man. We give you guys the good stuff. Rick checking in. The biggest psychological operation with the greatest outcomes is the New York Jets. I have eaten a shit sandwich for 51. I love that people are adopting shit sandwich. That's my favorite. I've been saying that for about 2 decades. And I come back for more. Why? Because you love the taste of shit. That's what it is, Rick. Me too. We love it. It's like what they call an acquired taste, Tom. It's like whiskey. That's all.
Yeah.
First taste. There's nobody in the world that their first taste of whiskey didn't go, like, what is this? Piss. Fire piss.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? It's kind of nutty.
It leaves this hint of vanilla on my palate.
Yeah. After the burn and my crashing my car into a tree, I do sense a hint of vanilla. Anyway, thank you, Rick. I know, dude, we're all in the same boat. All right, so guys, we're going to start our poll right now. So this is pick number 7. Remember, we traded Sauce Gardner, so we have pick 11 as well. Pick 7. Who we got on the board? We got Tyler Warren.
We got Tyler. We got all the normal guys. Tyler, Tet.
How about
Membu.
Mason Graham? We haven't done a Mason. Oh, he's gone.
Mason Graham's off.
He's gone.
He's gone. So
yeah,
now, I will, just for shits and giggles, I will pull up the cornerback room.
All right, let's do it. Who we got?
Right.
Will Johnson's there.
Will Johnson's here. Jade Barron is here. I think Jade Barron's interesting. I don't know if he's a fit in this scheme. He's much more of an off-zone cornerback kind of slot.
Will Johnson's press.
Will Johnson, Trey Amos, Savon Revel, all very much long, physical press man cover corners.
All right, so we'll throw. What do you think? Will Johnson's a name. So I don't want to put somebody super obscure. I want to make sure they fit. So if they're obscure, they're out. I want to give it a chance, right? So we got Tyler Warren, tight end. Will Johnson, cornerback. You want to throw his Tet McMillan up there? I know he's kind of fallen.
Yeah.
Or you want to use another wide receiver here? Golden, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see how they have him ranked, Dom. Would you mind?
I don't mind. But we also have a trade if you want to entertain that as well.
Oh, we could trade. All right, let's start. Now we're all right. All right, we're getting bit. All right, we're gonna be serious here.
The trade is the Eagles. Do you want to move from 7 to 32?
Okay. So what we'll do, all right, what would we have to do it, Dom? So put in some stuff and see what they want to take, see what they'll take.
7 to 32 would probably
be. So let's take a look. Let's take a look here.
Yeah. So to go from 7 to 32, we would get 32, 64, 96, and a first rounder next year.
That's 920 points, Dom. 920 draft points. So that would be definitely their second. Let me see where Philly is, if they even have a second. Hold on.
They do. 64.
64. So, okay, 64 is 200. Dude, they're going to have to come large. So we might get next year's first.
I'm getting 32, 64, 96, and next year's first. And that has 74% chance of being accepted.
Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Do you want to poll it or do you want to just do it?
Right on. Yeah, I forgot. There's people here. Okay, we got company. All right, trade. So we'll do yes, no. Okay, this is Eagles.
Yeah, 1 minute timer here, guys.
1 minute timer. I'll do 1 minute and 6 seconds. How's that, Dom?
I like that.
You like it?
I like the number 6. I do.
All right, 1 minute and 6 seconds. I'm dropping the poll for do we accept this trade? And if we got to work it a little bit, we will. But whoops.
That's a first, a second, a third, and a first to move back from 7 to 32. But remember,
we have 11. See the mobility we've created. Dom. Yeah. Look at the
mobility. That's for trade and sauce.
The options. Versatile.
GreenBean, I don't even know why we're doing this poll. You know they're going to take it. You know we're going to be here till 3 a.m.
Oh, I love it. This is fun. While we're doing that, 1 minute, David Bruce checking back in from the great land of Scotland. It's all good, my friend, but if you call me English, I'll have to come after you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, see that? The Irish and the Scottish, they've both been oppressed through history the English, from the Phil Adamses of the world, our good buddy Phil.
I got to tell you, in all honesty, when my wife and I went over across the pond to see the Jets play Minnesota this year, I absolutely adored the city of London. I loved England. We went out in the countryside.
Did you do the Tower of London or anything?
We stayed. Our hotel literally overlooked the London Bridge, or the Tower Bridge, excuse me, not the London Bridge, the Tower Bridge.
Yeah, the Tower Bridge. Right. Everybody confuses that. It's not the London Bridge.
Correct. So but we literally, my window looked directly at it.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. I mean, could you I'd prefer that over Big Ben and everything else. All right, we're gonna end this timer. I'm just gonna end the poll. Oh, it's a slaughterhouse. Okay.
They said take it.
They said to take it. So let's try this one. They accepted it. So look at that, guys. We trade Sauce Gardner. We get pick 11 from the Niners. That gives us a little bit of breathing room. We said, okay, we'll entertain trades at 7. The Eagles come knocking. We're going all the way to the final pick in the first round, but we get next year's first from the Eagles, probably late in the game. It'll be another late first, but we also get pick 64 and 96 in this year's draft. Oh, mama.
We got a lot. Yeah. And hey, we're on the board here at 11. And the Eagles traded up for Jahdae Barron.
Look at that.
Look at this. Off the board. The next 3 picks. I love this.
Holy shit.
Membu, wow. and Warren. So we got to switch it up here, folks. We got to get, we're going to get new names. Thank you.
It's chaos, Dom. Everybody that they wanted us to grab is gone. All right.
Wow.
So pick 11. Here we go. So Membu's gone, Tet McMillan's gone, Ty Warren's gone, Mason Graham's gone.
Let's start talking new names, man. Chaos.
Yeah.
I love this. All right.
Let's do Malachi Starks, maybe. All right. Who do we got?
I think we should put Will Johnson in there.
All right, Will Johnson. Remember, we did trade Sauce Gardner, everybody, so we're going to be sniffing around the doors of some cornerbacks here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we can just go, listen, we have all these picks. We have another first rounder. We have 2 seconds. We have 2 thirds.
Oh, let's do Mike Green and maybe even like
we could just take best available here, man. You want to put in Matthew Golden? Put Matthew Golden in there.
All right, I'm going to put up we're looking at okay, so we'll do Mike Green.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put Matthew Golden.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking fantastic. This is exciting, guys. I don't know if we've ever put Will Johnson on the poll yet.
No. And you want to put Colston Loveland?
Colston Loveland, tight end.
Like the tight end.
I love this. All right, guys. You want to talk about a mock we haven't done? Here we are.
Yeah.
And this is why when we walk into the mocks, I listened to the previous mock. Everybody in the chat, I was trying to spruce them up. They weren't having it. They started here. Well, like, open your brains.
That's right.
Open your brains. Here it comes. The poll is up. 3 minutes on the timer. Begins now.
This is a tough one, man. I don't even know who I would vote for here, to be honest.
I got it. Let's see. Let me take a look at our list again. So we got Will Johnson, cornerback, Dom.
Mm-hmm.
We got Mike Green, the edge rusher. We have Matthew Golden, the wide receiver, and Colston Loveland, the tight end. Now, if it was me, I'm throwing Jihad Campbell up in the mix, and I'm probably leaning Abuka just for me. But I'm going to tell you, I know which way I'd go in this one. I know which way I'd go, and it's not the way they're going.
I haven't chose yet, so I think I know what I would do too. And we'll wait until the bell goes off and go. I'll vote here, and there's a reason for why I would go this way.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We don't want to skew it too much.
Correct.
But this is pretty interesting. I'm excited. I don't know. I have a burst of excitement, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. We have another pick at 32, and then 2 seconds and 2 thirds and 2 fifths and 2. Oh my God, tonight's going to be great. I hope you're all feeling it.
I'm going to call out of work now. We'll be up to 1.
You're right. We're going to be here a minute. JJ Homsa checking in says, shave my Woody with the House of Atlas razor pack, everybody. Look at that beautiful thing. Oh, I love it. This is great. 38, 48. All right. So, Dom.
Yes, sir.
You think going through this,
yes,
we forced it. We forced everybody to change their thinking. We forced it tonight. It was very uncomfortable.
Listen, I love that the trade down here, that happened, that 1, 2, 3. Not because I don't want any of those 3. Obviously, those I like those 3 players. But what is the purpose of a mock draft, GreenBean? Let's call it what it is. This is make-believe, guys.
Yeah.
Open your minds. Let's try something different. Let's talk about new names in different scenarios. What could be? You know, we can all go on PFF, and we can all, 9 out of 10 mocks that you see these days have Armand Membu and Jaden Higgins and, this guy here and Ozzie Trapillo, or they have Tyler Warren, or, the same names. Let's shake it up a little bit. And that's exactly what they forced us to do here. I love it.
So I don't know if we got to these super chats. Forgive me, guys, because there was a little moment there where I had to reboot my computer and everything. Hennessy checking and said, hey, what about Bryce Hall back to cornerback 1? I would love it. I mean, he got that devastating injury last year. I don't know what's going to end up happening.
He actually re-signed with Tampa Bay.
Nice. Good for him. Look, if we play him, you know how I am. I don't root for too many Jets players that are, once they leave. Bryce Hall, he was such a good sport. You know what I mean? Just always the first. He was on the 53, but always the first inactive for years. And then he comes in and starts against the Eagles, plays fucking lights out, scoop, fumble recovery for a touchdown and all that stuff. I'm rooting for him, and I'm going to root for Yeboah. I know I am. Unless they do something to us, then I'll hate them. All right, I'm ending the poll, Dom. Let's see what we got here. Looks like Matthew Golden comes in with 34%. Will Johnson close second with 31%. Then it was Colston Loveland with 18%. And Mike Green had 16%. So we are starting. I can honestly tell you, I don't think we've had Matthew Golden on our mock up to this point. We've had Ibuka, we've had Higgins, we've had obviously Tet, and some others later, but we have not had Matthew Golden. So we're starting out in an exciting way, Dom. How do you feel about this? Is that who you voted for?
No. You know who I voted for?
You voted for Will Johnson.
No.
You voted for Mike Green. I only got one left.
I voted for Mike Green. I voted for Mike Green. And my hopes in voting for Mike Green right here was because right here, these freaking Chiefs snagged my guy, Josh Connerly. That's who I wanted to take here at 32. Those sons of bitches.
Say they ninja'd you. Real quick, Matthew Malavey checking in. He won last week. So you're the one. So Ron won something 2 weeks. I don't remember what it was. Maybe the Liquid IV. Ron, send me an email. So the email is bean@greenbeanjetsfan.com. Matthew, it's in the description. If you scroll down a little bit, it's in there for business inquiries email. So send me an email, buddy. I need your address and stuff, and I'll ship this out this week to you. Again, the top just fell off. So, but I was going to show you that it was unused, and then the top came off. But this is what it looks like. I promise I didn't use it. I just I sniffed it a couple times, so I sucked in a little bit of the fragrance. That that would have been yours, but it was mine. Anyway, yeah, send me the email. I would be delighted to send it out to you. We're giving away the Razor pack tonight. All super chats are automatically qualified for the drawing at the end of the game or at the end of the stream. All right, guys. So, whoops. There we go. So, Dom,
yes, sir.
What pick are we at, buddy?
We are at 32. And you got some names I'm going to spit out at you, GreenBean. You don't have to write all of those down. You can decide which ones to do, okay?
All righty.
We're talking about best available here. If you want to go on the defensive line, you can go Derek Harmon or Darius Alexander. Those are both fine picks. I think they're worthy of the first round selection. You know, they fill needs, not perfectly next to Quinlan, but they fill needs.
Oh, Quinlan is still here. I was just going to say Quinlan's gone.
Here,
he's
yes.
not. Sauce is gone.
If you want to replace Sauce Gardner, this is undoubtedly the way I'd probably go right here. Trey Amos.
All right.
Very, very good physical defensive back, can step in. I think he's a plug-and-play guy. If you want to go edge, Nick Scorton out of Texas A&M. Really good player. Landon Jackson, different type of edge, right? More of your not the flashiest, bendiest guy, but at 6'7", 278 pounds, is more stout, more of a power rusher, can play the run very well, big guy. You want to go safety? We haven't touched safety early in a while, right?
Yeah.
Nick Emanwari.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. So let's put him E-M-M. How do you spell his name again?
It's Emma. It's Emma and W-O-R-I.
Got it. So look, I got Trey Amos. I got Nick Emanwari. Let's put Ty Williams up there. Yeah. Tyleek. How do you spell Tyleek?
You can go Ty.
L-E-I-K.
Yeah.
Williams. We got a defensive tackle. And let's look at the tight ends or offensive tackles. Who do we got here? You
got Ersery. The tackles, there's a drop-off. I think some of these guys will still be in the second round.
Yeah, I think so.
Tight ends, I mean, I don't know if I'm taking a tight end in the first round here. I mean, value-wise, I don't know if it's there. I got to be honest with you. I'd probably go one of these other positions. I'd probably go edge rusher. Landon Jackson. Or
like Landon Jackson, huh? Okay.
I don't know if
I don't know enough about. honestly, I'm not.
So go with the three that you got, buddy. Go with the three that you got. That's cool. We can go three bagger. There's nothing wrong with that.
We can go three banger for the. Oops, shit. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got Tyleek Williams, Nick Emanwari, and Trey Amos, cornerbacks coming to you. Don't forget, we have a nice hole. We got all kinds of fun stuff. We got a first next year. We got an extra second and blah, 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 extra first this year. But we do have a hole at cornerback. So that was not here yesterday. So we got to make sure that we consider that at all times. The poll is up. Let me start the timer. I almost forgot. Okay, timer's going. Let's get our votes in. I'll put up the super chat from Sam Aiken. Thank you, Sam. In real life, I would take Green. What is the difference between Golden and Kyle Williams? Talk about it, Dom C. I like Kyle Williams more and more, though. I looked at him all week.
Yeah, Kyle Williams is good. Listen, Golden is much more of a physical presence. I'm not saying he's the most physical receiver in the world, but he can definitely play on the boundary. He can play, he can go up and get the ball. He's physical at the catch point, very strong hands, 50-50 balls at 6 foot, just under 6'1" is a thing for him. Really, really nuanced route runner. I think, and 4.3 speed to boot. I mean, he can do a little bit of everything. He's probably the best all around wide receiver in the class when you're taking it all into consideration. I don't know if he's got the twitchiness or the short area quickness of Kyle Williams, but I don't think Kyle Williams even can sniff the play strength that and the long speed for that matter that Matthew Golden will play with.
Yeah, so I mean, Golden's a little bit taller. So, he's got that. He's about 6 foot, right? And then Matthew, if I remember correctly, Kyle Williams is 5'10".
Yeah.
Generously.
Williams is going to be one of those inside-outside guys. I think he can play on the outside. I'm not saying he can at his size. Skill set similar to Elijah Moore. That's what I think. I think Kyle Williams is a skill set very similar to Elijah Moore.
Man, I get hot in here, Dom. I really do. I get amped up. I get all hot. So, all right. Yeah. So, I mean, look, it's, I hear you with what you're saying, Sam, right? Like, did we really get our value with Matthew Golden? One of the things too, is that his long speed is
legit.
Better. Yeah. So there's that. And we don't have that, Garrett. Look, I love Garrett Wilson, and I think there's absolute blasphemy. I just hope we can finally maximize this poor guy's talent. Because again, 9 quarterbacks in 3 years. He still managed to be the first Jet in history to have 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start his career. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's doing in just the most piss poor conditions that you can imagine. Imagine this guy with a quarterback that's like can really, maximize him. So I'm hoping we can pull that together. But that long speed, that deep speed, man, burns somebody. That's not really what Garrett's bringing to the table, and not that he's slow, right? Yeah. All right, I'm ending the poll. Let's see what we got. Wow, this is such a weird one. Trey Amos, guys. We get ourselves a cornerback to replace Sauce Gardner with our second first-round pick. So these are names, Dom. This is nuts.
And there's nothing wrong with this guy. I think he's pro ready. Played at Alabama, played at Ole Miss, long frame. He's got ball skills. Less than a 10% missed tackle rate from the outside, plays physical. There's a lot to like about Trey Amos. I think he's definitely one of the guys. Listen, I'll call it now on March 31st, GreenBean. He's my sleeper pick. It wouldn't surprise me if he's defensive player rookie of the year.
Who's that? Who we talking? This cornerback? Really?
Trey Amos, yes.
Wow. Okay, we got a gem. We stole him. We did it, guys. We got the Will McDonald of this draft. All right.
And we're up again. We're up again.
At pick what? 42?
Pick 42.
All right.
So who did we lose off the board? We lost Darius Alexander, Derek Harmon, Tyleek Williams, and Nick Emanwari.
Oh, he's gone. I was going to want to throw him up there. And Xavier Watts.
Mm-hmm.
So the safeties are thinning out a bit. Hey, man, we could go wide receiver again, guys. We could really, we could.
So
Demetrius Knight up there.
Yeah, I think we can go all reliable here. I think you can go tackle tight end for 2 of the 3 baggers.
All right. So who do we got?
You got
Ersery.
You got a Aireontae Ersery, solid pick. Got Donovan Jackson, who gives you a little bit more inside outside stuff if you prefer him.
I like Ersery more than people are giving him.
I don't think Ersery's phenomenal.
I don't think he's getting the proper clout. It was like Anton Harrison. I don't like him that much, but it's like Anton Harrison, that draft. He was like the afterthought, and I thought it was crazy. He was like I did like Paris Campbell more, but I was like, why is nobody loving this Anton Harrison guy? Yeah. And he was on the board when we took. Well, I was like, dude, clearly the pick is Anton Harrison, and he's been playing some pretty damn good football, Dom.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, Ersery's a little stiff. I mean, if I'm being honest. But man, he's a mauler. He just moves people at 330 pounds.
All right, who's our third for the three banger though?
Who did you say? Who you got? Who you got so far?
I got Ersery and Demetrius Knight. I threw up there. I don't know if we were.
Why don't you
Let's
put
do
in
a four banger? Let's do four.
Why don't you put in Mason Taylor?
All right, yeah, tight end. Okay, Mason, perfect spot for Taylor.
Yeah.
I love this guy. I hope we come away with him. He's one of the guys I'm really hoping. Like, granted, like, right, there's lots of positions and stuff. I love the idea of Mason Taylor coming here. All right, so who's next? We got a tackle, we got a tight end, we got a linebacker.
What position you want, GreenBean?
Oh, you know what? I want to go Schweschinger over Demetrius Knight.
Okay.
What's his for Carson, right?
Yeah. You got a lot of good players left.
Yeah. I do love Demetrius Knight, though. Okay, so let's look at the so who do we have at safety? Or do you want to throw Landon?
Oh, you got Kevin Winston.
Yeah, let's put him up there. He's exciting.
Oh, he's a beast, man. He's a perfect complement to Andre Cisco.
All right, guys, the poll is up. The timer is begun. We only had like 56 votes or something like that last time. Wow. We got to do better, guys. We got $180 in the house on YouTube. Wow, Twitter's light tonight. Look at this. I only got 19 on Twitter. Like last couple weeks, we've been like 200-300 on Twitter. What's going on? Is there like
Twitter was down before? I don't know if it's bad.
Oh, that's why.
If it's still up or not.
I thought maybe there was some sort of event going on. That's good to know.
And remember,
Taylor
guys,
block. So there's a good comment. RB says, "Hey, can this guy Mason Taylor even block?" Dom, talk about his skill set a little bit, if you wouldn't mind.
So super untapped, young. I don't think he's reached his full potential. He can definitely play in line. I don't know if it's at the level of some of these other guys. I definitely think Tyler Warren's much better in line. I think Gunnar Helm is actually better in line. But the upside in his receiving and his outside of the phone booth blocking is really good. Like they used him at LSU. They put him in motion as an H-back. He kicked out on the defensive ends, peeling off to the second level, does a real good job. He's not power isn't his game. He's not like a people mover, so if he's head up on a defensive end, usually doesn't bode well. But he's still young, just 21 years old, still coming into his body. So, they said a lot of the same things about Mark Andrews when Baltimore took him in the third round.
So here's the X factor about Taylor that I like. He's Jason Taylor's son. And he's his uncle is Zach Thomas. So like Dom said, he's raw in some respects, right? They do what they're asked to do in college, right? So that's a lot of time what the transition is all about to the NFL. A college, a school, they want you to do this one thing, and that's what they don't really worry a lot of the time about developing your all-around game, right? They want you to do that thing that they need you to do. Mason Taylor has the makeup of like that work ethic that, like if you're looking at somebody who's a little raw in some areas, he's got the pedigree of somebody that is going to actually put in the work to do it. He's not a bad blocker. He's raw. Like Dom said, I mean, one of his things, he tends to get high in line and get pushed back. So he's, that kind of stuff, but he's a willing blocker. He's good outside of the box. But he's the kind of guy that is going to do the work that's necessary. That's always the question, right? He's raw. He needs to work on this or that or the other thing, put on some weight for strength. You hear that stuff all the time. And some guys, they just never do it. Mason Taylor, you have a sneaking suspicion that he's exactly the kind of guy. It's in his blood. I mean, Jason Taylor, dude. I mean, look, I hate the fucking guy, except for that safety in the AFC Championship game that he gave us.
Yeah, and he's a great athlete. He's going to help
right.
the pass. He's going to help the pass game immensely.
Right. So, okay, I'm going to end the poll. All that talk about Mason Taylor did nothing anyway, because it is the offensive tackle, Dom C. We open up the second round with a tackle.
Aireontae Ersery.
There he comes. This is a fantastically different draft. We'll see what it looks like at the end, but I'll tell you what, everybody, we're doing things different here tonight on the 10 o'clock mock, Dom C.
Yeah. And we got another pick right here, 64.
Look at us.
GreenBean.
We're amazing.
So, Schlesinger just came off the board. Let's see. So Mason Taylor's still on the board if you want to throw him back on there. Here
I do.
At 64.
I'm going to put Knight up there too, linebacker. Got to keep the linebackers in our conversation, I think. So Mason Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Demetrius Knight.
Yep, got him.
You want to check the safety room again?
I do.
Kevin Winston's still there? Kevin Winston's still there.
I'll tell everybody I secretly voted for Kevin Winston in the last poll. I'm not going to vote anymore.
So did I. I absolutely voted for him, and I'll vote for him again right here. And
even though I was talking all that shit about Mason Taylor, and he's a guy I would be really excited if the Jets grab, but I voted for Kevin Winston anyway.
So we got Golden, right?
Yep.
We got Garrett Wilson.
But there's Savion Williams right there. Is that where you're going?
No, I'm not going Savion. I was actually thinking Jalen Knoll. Hear me out.
Okay, I'm going to listen to this one.
Okay. He might be, we don't know what we have in, oh my God, who do we draft? Who was the wide receiver we drafted last year? Malachi Corley.
Right.
Jalen Knoll, is going to step in and he can play the slot and he can play it very well. He's arguably, a top, one of the best wide receivers in terms of receiving skills in this draft class. Strong, breaks through, good contact balance, breaks through his tackles, can beat you on those little slot fades and stuff like that. A true weapon from the slot spot. And I'll even pop up just so you guys can see here. Yeah, 339 snaps in the slot last year, 80 receptions for almost 1,200 yards and 8 TDs. Just a really, really good 4.8 drop rate, really good receiver.
What's his build?
Short and stocky. He's about 5'5".
It seems redundant.
5'11", 200 pounds.
Bringing on Golden, having Corley, even Garrett Wilson, 6 foot.
He's a power receiver, though. He's like a power slot. Yeah.
All right. Excuse me. I'll throw him up there. What's his first name again?
Jalen. Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. Here it comes. Our second round pick is in the can. The 3-minute timer has begun. Sam Aiken wants to talk a little bit about defensive ends here.
Yeah. Let's talk JT Tuimoloau. I mean, if you want your solid run setting edge, I mean, I don't know if there's a better one than JT Tuimoloau in this whole draft class. He's built different. He's big, long, powerful, a little bit explosion, really good burst, heavy, plays heavy, strong, edge setting type. Good anchor, doesn't get
like a
blown
JFM-ish kind of a guy.
Exactly. So
gotcha.
Still again, this draft class, you're going to say a lot of the same things that there's no perfect. There's no Joe Waltz in this class where Joe Waltz, you had to try to find something that was negative about his game. That's not this draft class, and when you're talking about JT Tuimoloau, like his pass rush, his pass rush bag is still very unrefined. He's like a bull in a china shop, but that's not the type of defensive end that you're going to get. You're going to get a guy that's nasty and really an edge setter. He would complement Will McDonald very good. You can play him early downs and Will McDonald on the pass downs if you'd like.
Curly Norman says we're talking about Noel and all these guys. All this same stuff was said about Corley last year, and he was irrelevant. Don't forget, though, like you're right, but don't forget, one of the things I want every single Jets fan to factor in, and we talked about it a lot, but I'll reiterate, is that you can't blame Corley specifically. Maybe he sucks. We don't know, right? But our offensive staff last year was definitively inept.
Yes.
We had 4 years of drafting and free agents that they brought in. Free agents they brought in that were having Pro Bowl years, complete duds for us. All these, second, third, fourth, fifth, all these guys on the offensive side of the ball they brought in, they failed to develop one. Our draft pick wide receivers, we traded them all. Our free agent wide receivers that we brought in, gave him a big contract, big-ish, whatever. We traded him mid-season, and Mecole Hardman and Mike Williams. Couldn't figure out how to use these guys. Had to get rid of them. So I just like to say Corley is a completely clean slate. We don't know what he is. We know what he was in college. He was given to arguably the worst offensive staff in the NFL. They couldn't figure out how to use him. So let's not blame him. That's what I'll say about him, Curly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to give him a shot. He was a stud.
He was
in college. All right, we'll end this poll, everybody. We'll end it, and looks like it's gonna be Mason Taylor, the tight end extraordinaire out of LSU, coming to the house.
And we're back on the clock here at 73, right?
Wow, look at us.
Yeah, 10 picks from where we are, 11 picks, 9 picks, something like
Not
that.
bad.
My math is bad. And
So this is because of the trade, right? Or this was our natural one.
That's right. And so far, we've taken a wide receiver, a corner, an offensive tackle, on a tight end. We're filling a lot of holes here. Two more thirds, a fourth, 2 fifths, and 2 sixths, man. We can go wherever we want here, guys.
Is Kevin Winston still floating around, or did somebody grab him?
No, he's still there.
All right.
You want to look at the quarterback room too?
Sure.
Listen, Jackson Dart's still here. Will he still be on the board? Do you want to play that game? I don't know. You want to throw him up there? I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we could throw him up there.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see with this interesting draft that we're putting together here, if the Dart people are still going to come out in force. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Yeah. So I pulled up the edges here, and it's thinned out a little bit. I mean, Josiah Stewart is a really phenomenal pass rusher, but that's about it. He's a DPR. He's a designated pass rush guy. He's Will McDonald-esque. So I don't know if you want two of those guys. Elijah Roberts is a Dom C favorite. He is a power rusher supreme, can play inside and pass downs.
I love him. Let's put him up there.
Going to give you really good run defense. Femi Oladejo from UCLA is the talk of the town these days. There's actually a lot of grumblings that he might make it into the end of the first round.
Interesting.
It would be a real surprise because he's only been playing edge for a year. He's a converted off-ball backer. So Curly
Norman says he doesn't have any confidence in this offensive staff. Well, the one thing, right, we don't know what they're going to be. The one thing I can say, though, is rather than going back to yesteryear and pulling up Hackett because we wanted a specific quarterback, we actually have a guy who is a part of the 21st century offensive mindset. And he was right under Ben Johnson, who was, let's just call it what it is. He was the cream of the crop of the coaching carousel this year. You know what I mean? Obviously, Vrabel, you had some of the older, the retreads. But as far as the young coaches coming up, Ben Johnson was the guy. Tanner Engstrand was right there with him. So let's see. I think I have a little bit more confidence going in. So who else we got, Dom? Let's look at maybe we got a quarterback, we got the safety, we got a defensive end.
Like I said, we can play. You want to look at the interior? That's an area that we don't address early. Tate Ratledge, right off the bat. I mean, that guy's plug and play. Even though on our team he probably won't, but there's nothing wrong with building the pipeline. GreenBean.
I love it.
You got 2 guards that are going to be off the roster probably next year. At least one of them probably.
That's all right. At least one of them won't be here, I would say.
Yeah.
All right, we're dropping it. We got our 4. It's up. Let's get your votes in there, everybody. I know what I would do. Let me start the poll here, or the timer. Here it goes. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity, everybody, to let you guys know about our brand new sponsor for this week. I almost did the Thursday thick of it. This is not the Thursday thick of it. This is the 10 o'clock mock, everybody. And that's what's so important about letting you guys know. And again, we're going to give away one this is called the Essential Razor Kit. So we're going to give this away. Every super chat is included or automatically entered into the drawing here. But I'm going to tell you guys about these guys. Now, they're a brand new sponsor with us, everybody. The first time having them, I'm excited, but they're a brand new razor company. They just hit the market, and I'm going to tell you honestly, I'm going to show you guys this thing. So I actually used it. This is what I like about it. You guys know I have a beard, right? I have a beard, so I don't do the whole face, but it's very important that I hold my lines, everybody. Very important. You see the razor right here? You see it, Dom?
I see it.
Watch this. This is a new feature. I'm really excited about this. So watch this. I'm going to make myself big for a second. I should probably keep myself on. Here we go. Watch this. Jesus Christmas. I don't know what the hell I'm doing all of a sudden. What the hell's going on? Wait, don't do it. I'm fucking around here. There we go. All right. So watch this, guys. When you want to do your fine lines, the first razor I ever seen that has this. Look at this. You pull this back. You see that? So you take away the comfort strip and you pull that back, and this enables you to get in there with moving all the stuff out of the way. This is the fine stuff because I shape my beard. I shape it. This is the best razor I've used for. I'm telling you, I've used it. The great thing about this is they're inexpensive, and we're going to give you 15% off, right? 15% off. Let's get back to the thing. I'll show you the deal. I'm actually really liking this razor, Dom. Brand new razor company, House of Atlas, everybody. And what we're going to do, we're going to show you the deal right here. Here it comes. 15% off your first order of any shaving kit plus the before and after set. You see it all on the screen. It's the nicest looking razor. All my razors, they all look the same. Well, whatever. You know the ones. This comes with 5 blades. You see it? So, Dom, the other thing that I have to shave is my neck. And razors always give me the little bumps. 5 razors, I always get like caught. It's weird. I have a weird little neck, and this smooth right through it. So it's a great razor, guys. Brand new razor company. Inexpensive by comparison to all. That's how they get you. That's what my mom says. You buy the razor handle, and then it's $80 to buy 5 razors. You know what I mean? It's not that way. It's 5 razors. You get the beautiful trimmer option there. I love it. 15% off your first order. You get everything on the screen right there. All you got to do is go to houseofatlas.com/greenbean to get your 15% off of the brand new company, House of Atlas razor. I love these things. I tell you, I love that, Tom. That's what I like.
That looks pretty sweet.
Isn't that cool? You ever see a razor do that? I have it. So save yourself 15% off. I put the link in the description to make it easy, but go to houseofatlas.com/greenbean to get your 15% off of your razor kit and your before and after set. We love it. And again, all super chats, you'll get in on the deal. So there you go. Thank you to House of Atlas. Here we go.
And the poll is up.
The poll is over, everybody. I heard it. I heard it go off. All right, we're ending the poll. Let's see what we did. Kevin Winston, we get ourselves a safety. 65% of the vote, Dom C. 16% went to Jackson Dart. 9% went to Elijah Roberts, the defensive end, and Tate Ratledge with a paltry 9% as well.
Well, listen, I'll tell you, I think Kevin Winston was the right pick. However, I'm surprised that Jackson Dart didn't get more love. I am.
I think it's appropriate, truly. You know, look, Muji came out this week, Aaron Glenn as well. Justin Fields is our starter. We think Tyrod Taylor's a consummate pro. He's going to be nipping at his heels, keep him in line. But look, we didn't go and sign this guy so we can dilly-dally and fuck around, and we're going to focus on our plan. We're going to see if this works. We think it can work. We're going to put all of our guns in the same direction and give Justin Fields every opportunity, not bring on Jackson Dart. They didn't say this, but not bring on somebody and they're going to be a battle. We're not wasting any time with that. If we need to do it after the year, we'll evaluate, see where we are, but we're going to give this young guy every opportunity to be the next Baker Mayfield, the next Sam Darnold, and let's see if we can do it here. I love it, Dom. I like that. I think Jets fans are picking up on that, and that's why they didn't go Jackson Dart for this one. So who do we get? We got ourselves Kevin Winston.
Great safety, too. Great safety. Top 30 player for me in my class.
Right. And Cadoza says, just so we know, don't forget, guys, with this mock, we have 2 firsts going into next year now. So we're going to put all our guns blazing toward Justin Fields this year. Give him as much. We gave him Mason Taylor. We gave him Matthew Golden. We got Malachi Corley coming in. We still got Garrett Wilson. We got Breece Hall and Braylon Allen and all the guys. All the guys. We got Stone Smart, Dom C. So we're going to do that. We're going to give Justin Fields every opportunity to succeed. But if he doesn't, we got 2 firsts for next year's quarterback draft.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you for that, Cadoza.
We still got Tate Ratledge on the board here. I think we throw him up there. For sure.
Hold on. Let me do this. I just want to get to make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Oh, E-Boogie asking, what's up, E-Boogie? Good to see you, buddy. Asking for a quick recap, if you wouldn't mind, Dom C.
Here you go. Matthew Golden at 11. Trey Amos, the cornerback, at 32. Aireontae Ersery, tackle, at 42. Mason Taylor, the tight end, at 64. And Kevin Winston Jr., the strong safety, at 73. Nice. A home run so far, GreenBean.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a bunch of this is an interesting one, guys. We don't have Sauce Gardner, but we got 2 firsts next year now. We got 2 seconds in this draft, 2 firsts, 2 thirds, 2 fifths, 2 sixths. We're making some noise.
Yes,
so
sir.
Tell me what pick we're at here, Dom.
We're at 96, the last of the Philadelphia picks that we earned in the trade down.
Nice. So I got Tate Ratledge up here so far.
Yeah, I think we go Tate Ratledge for sure.
Let's look at some linebackers if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. You are infatuated with this linebacker crew.
Bassa. I like Kaiser as well, though. Who do you like better?
I Jeffrey Bassa by far in this group.
All right, let's look at some defensive tackles.
You got Deon Walker. So here's the thing with Walker. 2 years ago, he was arguably the best prospect that was going to play in college football this year. He got hurt, injured his back, had a very, very down year. But GreenBean, there's no denying this. 6'6", 345. And when healthy, he moves very well. You know, loses the leverage battle a little bit.
It's crazy because I do like Peebles and Caldwell, obviously, but Deon Walker, are we getting that gem that slid a little bit because of injury, Dom? Is that how you see him?
Listen, I think that this is fair territory for Deon Walker. I think a late 3rd, early 4th is where I would feel comfortable.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it, guys. So this is the Ja'Kai Polite. I'm just kidding. This is the guy who's sitting where he shouldn't be sitting, per Dom C. He slid a little bit. It's an opportunity to get some really high pedigree at a bargain price. So I like it. So we got Ratledge, we got Bassa, and we got Walker.
And you can go a bunch of different ways here. Like I said, if you want to get another edge player, I'd probably go Ashton Gelati. He's got that. He's got a good build. 6'4", 275. He's got a good blend of speed and power. Plays fast, plays strong. Leverage and he tends to get vertical too much and lose that gap integrity in some of his reps. But again, something that I think can get coached out of him, or coached better in him.
Yeah, right.
At this point, he's a good rotational edge. I would throw him up there if you wanted to go edge.
Sure. All right, so
if you want more of like a go get him pass guy. I mean,
I need somebody who can set the edge. We got, like Jermaine Johnson is both of those things. I think he can be, hopefully he comes back from the injury well, but I think he's an exceptional, dual, edge. He can set your edge for you and rush the passer. We know what Will McDonald is. He's that speed, pure pass rusher. I'd love somebody a little bit closer to Jermaine Johnson skill set.
Then I'd either go, like I said, I'd go Gelati or Kamen Rucker out of North Carolina.
We'll throw Gelati up there. So here we go. The poll is up, everybody. We're moving to 2 minutes for our polls. Get your votes in. Jalen Messina says, you know what? I want in on this razor business. I want to talk about House of Atlas. I want a chance to win the razor set. Good for you, buddy. I like how you think. David Bruce checking back in from the great land of Scotland says, personally, I'd wait until next year to draft a quarterback. Well, I think the chat agreed with you, and I think that's wise, especially looking at what we've done in this mock. We now have the ammo. If the Justin Fields experiment works, fantastic. We got our quarterback and we got 2 firsts to make some noise next year. But if it doesn't, we now have the ammo. We'll probably, if it doesn't, we're going to have a higher pick anyway. But now we got that extra little bit of ammo to move up. If we're at pick 8, 9, 10, you can use those to get up into that area where you're going to get your guy. So I think we've done some nice work here, David Bruce. I agree with you. E-Boogie checking back in. Says, big fatty defensive tackle, please. Well, he's on the board. I wouldn't necessarily call him a big fatty. What's his weight, Deon Walker?
350?
Oh, I'd call him a big fatty. I thought he was like 320.
He's built a little different, though. He's 6'6". So
6'6", 350, E-Boogie. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, everybody. This is fun. Now, this is fun. I don't know. If you're not having fun this week, remember last week we got accused of not having fun, Dom.
That's right. That's right. This is different names, man. Different names, different scenarios.
Oh, I love it. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. House of Atlas has picked a good stream to jump on with us this week. I'll tell you. I'm excited.
We're got 40 some odd votes here, guys. Get your
Come
votes
on,
in.
guys. Get the votes in. We only got like 8 seconds left. 8 seconds. What do we got? Let's see where we are. All right. Who do we got here? I'm ending the poll. How many votes? 41 votes. I can't even stomach. I'm so sad. Let's get 43 votes. I'm going to give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It did nothing, Dom. Oh, one more vote. There it is. Who was the last vote? Tell me who you were. Let's see. We got Deon Walker, Dom.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be the big fatty. Not who I voted for. I personally think everyone's crazy for passing on Tate Ratledge twice, but that's just me.
Yeah, and look, Sodak's with you. He says, this Tate Ratledge hate is a disgrace. Dom looking more like Aaron Lewis every day, by the way. Dom plays Stained. I guess that's the singer of Stained. Is that who it is? Play Stained music video for yourself after the stream. You'll see. There you go. But yeah, so Sodak in the Tate Ratledge camp. Now, the good news, we did get ourselves a tackle, I think, right? Didn't we? We got Ersery.
Yeah.
So that's the good news, Sodak. It's not like we're, we're left at the altar here with no tackle. We got ourselves Ersery, who's a fine prospect. Believe me when I tell you, I like him.
And Ratledge went 2 picks before us at 108
Look at that.
for the Raiders.
Son of a gun.
Sons of bitches.
Sons of motherless goats.
All right, Green Bean. Here we are at 110. Again,
Okay.
we have the world's our oyster. We can go wherever we want.
I want to see what the wide receivers look like. I want to see Nick Nash and some other guys. I want to see if Thornton. Oh, Isaiah Bond is there. Look at these guys. Okay,
Kyle Williams is here. They were just
Kyle
talking about him.
Williams.
Throw Kyle Williams up on the
Yeah, I'm
board.
going to do it.
Yeah. Let's throw Kyle Williams. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see here. Let's see what we
Now,
got.
we got a
here.
safety. So who do we got? We got Cisco. We got Tony Adams, right?
And Kevin Winston.
And Kevin Winston we drafted. Okay.
Yeah.
I could go for who else we got on deck for safety? We still, is there anybody else we brought in? Who's hanging around?
Well, we re-signed Isaiah Oliver.
We did, but he could play safety. He's nickel too.
Yeah, he's nickel too.
Let me see.
You got Billy Bowman here. I mean, if you want to,
you know where I'm going. I want Jonas Sanker. That's what I want.
Yeah, it's a little redundant, I think,
Is it?
what you have
Yeah.
in Kevin Winston. Personally, that's me. If between these two, I'd go Billy Bowman for sure. If you wanted to go safety, what about Gunnar Helm? You want to double up a tight end?
Yeah, I do.
Real good tight ends.
I want to throw him up there too. I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. I hear you. I'm gonna go Jonas Sanker. I'm gonna put him up there.
That's fine
for safety. Because you know what's gonna end up happening.
You're gonna leave a draft without a UVA guy, and you're gonna
I do it every damn year, so it's fucking. You know what? I'm really hoping there's a guy named Tyree. Although with this mock, we wouldn't do it from UVA. He's going to be an undrafted free agent, but he's like a kick returner. Do you have your eyes on him? He was at Notre Dame for a while. He's not making many waves this year, but I think he's super talented.
I have no scouting reports on any receivers from UVA.
Well, he was really so Notre Dame, he transferred to UVA this year. He's only played for UVA 1 year. He was a running back for Notre Dame for a while, and then he played receiver there too. Did really well. Transferred and then had like a really light year for UVA. But all right, so I got Kyle Williams, Jonas Sanker. What do you think? Aeneas Peebles, Gunnar Helm. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, leave it a 3-banger.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I like how you think. Okay, we're gonna do a 3-banger, 2 offense and a defense. I'll start the 2-minute poll. Here we go.
This is an interesting one. I think I'd go this way. I'll vote.
Okay. The poll is up, everybody.
Sodak says UVA can kick rocks. No good prospects from that hellscape. Well,
get out of here.
I will say one of our favorite and best of our generation offensive linemen came out of UVA.
That's right. You know who that was, Sodak, you bastard? And we got that's put it in the poll if you are in the chat if you know who it is. And then we got another guy when Parcells blew it.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Parcells totally fucking botched that draft. We had the number 1 overall pick. All he had to do was tell Archie Manning that he was going to take his kid, and he would have came out and we could have had Peyton Manning, and then Belichick would have stayed. We would have had Belichick and Manning for 20 years. But no, what Parcells did instead was he traded back. He passed on Hall of Famer Orlando Pace, Hall of Famer Walter Jones. He traded back to take
James Farrier.
James Farrier from the great University of Virginia, and he only got a 3rd, a 5th, and a 7th.
And then Farrier really underperformed for the Jets,
and he was great
in Pittsburgh.
What does that tell you?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I see some guesses. You guys were right. James Curly Norman Farrier was from UVA, but we were mentioning Cadoza got it. DeBrickashaw Ferguson is also from UVA, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. I know, and it's funny because, I'm not going to try to claim that I was a UVA head my whole life. I live here. So it's like you hang here long enough, and then not for nothing, the basketball. You know what I mean? Or the college basketball, UVA is, I mean, the whole town goes nuts over the, March Madness and everything every year. But my wife, Dom, works for the university, and they just built all new facilities for the football team. Like, so, I mean, it's groundbreaking. It's like, cutting edge, so to speak.
Yeah, people don't realize UVA is an excellent university.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually one of the hardest, I mean, outside of the Ivies and stuff like that, it's one of the hardest state schools to get into if you're not from the state of Virginia.
It is. It's called a state Ivy. That's why it's like there's another tier, like the public Ivy. That's what they're called, the public Ivies. So if my son maintains a 3.5 grade point, we took my son out of high school and just put him into college. So he would be a junior in high school. We said, screw that, get out of high school and go to college. So he's getting his associates like while he would be in high school. If he maintains a 3.5, he's automatically allowed to go into UVA.
Wow.
That's what we're shooting for. 3.0, he can get into James Madison University, Virginia Tech. Is
Richmond?
It 3.0? There's Richmond, which is where Joe Douglas, the Spiders. And then there's also VCU, Virginia Commonwealth.
Yeah.
They don't have a football team. I don't think so, though.
I play, I play baseball in college, and the two most beautiful campuses that I've ever seen with my own eyes are in Virginia.
James Madison?
Yeah. And then actually, I don't know if the other one's in Virginia. I think it is George Mason.
George Mason, totally. I used to very sidebar, but I used to visit James Madison and UVA. I was trying to get really good with UVA and be able to, because I was marketing at the time for a rehab network. But anyway, I used to counsel a guy, part of the James Madison football team. I can't tell you who it was, but I would sit with them and talk and stuff like that. But I was trying to do that for UVA. So if there was any drug problems, get UVA players to my treatment center. They weren't having it. But they weren't having it. But let's chew this real quick. So Gunnar Helm is our pick, Dom.
Wow.
Gunnar Helm.
I thought that Williams would take it.
Yeah,
but I like the idea.
I thought Kyle Williams was going to take it too. I really did.
Listen, I mean, we got Mason Taylor and Gunnar Helm to revamp that tight end room.
Fantastic. And right? Stone Smart.
And Stone Smart. Stone Cold Smart.
Stone Cold Smarty Pants. Hennessy Heisman says, build the team in 25. And the final pieces, he didn't say final, I added that for you, in 26. That's the way. I really look at this year as the year. It's a very blue-collar draft. Fill those holes. Defensive tackles, safeties, tight ends, get them in. And let's build the team so we can put the final pieces in 2026. I think we can compete this year, Dom.
Get them in.
That's right. Sodak says, is Torrey Horton underrated, Dom? Do that quick.
Yeah, Torrey Horton's underrated. Torrey Horton's underrated. He is he's a good, big, ex-build receiver. Whenever he played, always put up big numbers. The problem is 2 consecutive years, 2 season-ending injuries. So he's coming in with a big flag. He's going to drop precipitously because of the injury history.
That's tough. That's a tough one, man. The greatest ability is availability, everybody.
That's right.
So, okay, what pick are we at?
We are at 5th round, pick 145. We have I think we got to address the offensive line still.
All right, let's look at the interior.
Let's look at the interior.
Quinn Ewers still sticking around for the quarterbacks.
Luke Kandra, great guard. Seth McLaughlin at center. You have Dylan Fairchild, the other guard from Georgia, who's really good. You got my guy, Miles Frazier. You got Jackson Slater. There's still some really good interior guys here.
All right, let's put up Luke. What's his
Luke Kandra?
Yep. Okay. Interior offense. Can he play center, Dom?
I don't know if he ever played center.
Okay, he's a hard guard.
We can check here. Yeah, he's a right guard through and through, 3 years in a row.
All right. So we got Luke Kandra developing behind AVT and Simpson for a year. I like it. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on with the wide receivers.
Still got Kyle Williams there.
I'm going to throw
got
Nick
Nick
Nash.
Nash.
Yeah, I'm going to throw Nick Nash up this time. All right, Nick Nash, wide receiver. Oh my God, Nick Nash is going to be so good, everybody.
Let's look at the defensive lineman.
Did we grab one? Yeah, we got Deon Walker.
We got Deon Walker, so you can use another three.
Totally.
You can use another 3 tech. I like Ty Robinson. I know he's rated really low here, and he's gonna get an F if you take him here. But this is the area where you take him.
All right, Robinson. He's a 3 tech. You said.
Yeah.
All right, so he's a defensive tackle for us. Let's throw one more up here. We got Luke Kandra, interior offensive line.
You're up Billy Bowman. Billy Bowman, safety.
Billy Bowman. Whoops. Bowman, the safety. Okay, the poll is up. The timer has begun. 2 minutes, everybody. Get your votes in, and I'll check in with our buddy Jalen Messina, who's just got invited to join the ranks at Liberty University. Congratulations, man. That's the land of Antonio Gandy Golden and what's his name? The quarterback. What's the guy? Got drafted by the Colts, I think, and then they traded him to the Packers. The Titans or the Colts?
Titans, yes. What is his name?
I want to say
Malik
Malachi.
Willis. Thank you.
I was going to say Malachi Winston. That's just all right. Malik Willis. So, yeah, Liberty's really last maybe 10 years or so, their football program has picked up some steam down there. Beautiful campus there, too. Virginia's amazing for schools, man. It's crazy. Liberty, George Mason, James Madison, VCU, Virginia Tech, UVA, Richmond. It's crazy. Lots of schools. Lots of schools here.
Rusty seems to really like Seth McGawkin here, the Ohio State center.
Talk about him.
He's talked about him. He's good. He's battling it. He got injured himself. I think that's what's hurting him and his outlook. I think he's a good athlete. He's, if I'm not mistaken, and Rusty can correct me because he happens to know him and like him. I believe he's the kid who transferred from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken, who had a lot of those snapping issues where he couldn't snap the ball. He's not the biggest. He's not a small guy. I think he's probably pushing 300 pounds. He's good. I don't know, and I'm not trying to downplay what Rusty says. Rusty really likes him, and
Rusty knows his stuff.
And Rusty knows his stuff exactly. To me, I don't think he showed me anything that really stood out. There's a ton of other interior guys that I like better, but
oh man, 38 votes. But the poll is over, and guess who it is?
Don't know.
Nick Mother effing Nash. We are really bolstering this offense for Justin Fields. Super smart, cerebral quarterback mind. No, you know what he knows how to do, Dom? He knows how to find the soft spot in the zone. That's his absolute specialty, and he's just getting started. So, like what you see, I think he had 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns. I got to look.
Yeah. Rusty, he was a Buckeye, but I believe he transferred from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, so you can correct me. That's okay.
Let me look at my guy, Nick Nash, for everybody. Where are you, buddy? Let me see. I just got to make sure. I want to see his stats. I don't remember him off the top of my head here. Nick Nash is our guy, so check this out, guys. He's 6'3", runs a 4.57. He had 104 catches for 1,382 yards with, get this, 16 touchdowns.
Yeah.
16 touchdowns. And again, he's considered a raw prospect who needs to work on his route tree. His routes are a little bit rounded at times and things like that. But he's one of those guys where if you're looking at the traits specifically, you might overlook him. But he's just one of those guys. He just knows how to get open. He knows where to be.
He's got a lot of Cooper Kupp in his game.
Yeah.
And it's not because he's, slow white guy or anything like that.
Well, he's not even white.
Yeah, really. I know. Well, that's why, whenever you say Cooper Kupp, you think that.
Yeah.
But, kind of like more so a high IQ route runner than he is an athletic nuanced route runner. You know what I mean? He's going to know. He knows how to get open. He knows how to use, how to set up defenders. He's not going to run by anybody. He's probably going to do most of his damage between the line of scrimmage and 10 yards off. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, here we are.
All right. Let's
round 5, 162 GreenBean. So many good players. So many good players still on the board here. Okay.
Talk about it.
I'm gonna say, I think we got to put Danny Stutsman.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Linebacker. I think you can entertain, if you wanted to, Denzel Burke, another cornerback, add some depth, can give you. I mean, I think he's, probably one of the better tackling outside cornerbacks. If you want to bring some depth on here, give me
an edge.
You want an edge rusher?
Let's take a look.
Sure.
This one's for Curly Norman.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty thin. I like Jaw Joyner a lot. He's probably Fidel Diggs is interesting too, and I know the Jets have met with him. He's a convert. He's long, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 6'5", 261. Probably a pass rush specialist to start.
Talk about Jaw Joyner a little bit more, though, Dom. If you wouldn't mind. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Jaw Joyner really sneaks under the radar. Good at just about everything, just not elite, right? He's got a long frame. He's explosive, 6'5", 265. Plays physical, right? Heavy hands, good anchor, can stack up linemen, doesn't get bowled over very much. Power rusher, he's got that skill set where he will go through the chest of a offensive lineman. Not your bendy, twitchy type, probably more JFM than he is Will McDonald in terms of defensive play style and pass rush skills. Again, technically raw. That's the whole thing. And that's why he's going to land here in the middle of day 3.
All right. Awesome. So let's throw, if you had to pick one.
I mean, edge rusher. Yeah, I think Jaw Joyner's,
okay. All right. Did we end up? So the who do we last time? Let's put up an interior offensive lineman too.
Okay. Go ahead and put McLaughlin for Rusty. We'll throw him the bone. I don't know if taking another center makes sense. But in a weird world, if Seth McLaughlin's the center of your future, you could just move Tippmann to guard, which I think he's better at guard than center, to be honest with you.
There you go. We're going to call him an interior offensive lineman. So we got our group. Here they come. Oh, come on. Here they come, everybody. They're coming your way. Let's see if we can get more than 15 people to vote this time. The poll is up. And we're going to try. Here we go. So the timer has begun.
2 minutes. I'm going to guess 38 votes.
38. All right. David Bruce is checking in. Oh, Danger Zone says the real one's still here. Great listen while manscaping. There you go. Right now, Danger Zone's got his leg propped up on the sink. Listening to Jets mocking. Good stuff. Good stuff. David Bruce checking back in says, I remember back in my military days spending a month at Fort Benning with 29 other Scottish soldiers. Then we had 30 soldiers staying with us. Amazing. Did you guys all have the House of Atlas?
Did you manscape?
Did you manscape in there, huh? Is that what you did together, David Bruce? You're like, hey, come here, buddy. Can you help me out? I can't quite get the taint. Did you do that? David Bruce. I love him. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we got an interesting thing developing here.
Okay.
There is numerous names that we just don't see on Jets mocks.
Let's look at it.
This is one of the craziest, not crazy in a haphazard way, but very, very interesting. And again, remember, guys, we pulled off gaining another first next year. So amazing. We lost Sauce Gardner in the mix, but another way to look at that is we saved about 30 to $35 million. I say 35 million is probably right there. So not that I wouldn't pay it, of course, but all right, I'm going to end this poll. Danny Stutsman's coming aboard, Dom.
Wow. Okay.
Linebacker.
He's
Only 19% for Rusty Spooner's guy. But yeah, so we got ourselves a linebacker. Now we're talking pipeline, everybody. Now we're making some noise.
Yes.
Right,
and we're here for the last 2 picks, GreenBean.
All right, what we're going to do, we're going to throw 4 up here. The last 2 names, if they're there. Right, we got what pick? Wait, what is this? 186
and 207.
186 and 207. If you know what, let's just leave it. Okay, give me 3 names.
Miles Frazier will always be there for me.
Miles Frazier. Oops. Interior.
I don't think he reaches this spot, but he's still on the board, so we're taking it.
Yeah, totally. Be a fucking slam dunk. All right, so we got 2 tight ends. Did we get 2? We got 2 wide receivers.
Ty Robinson.
Ty Robinson. Where is he?
Defensive tackle.
How many defensive tackles did we get? We only got
Deon Walker.
Deon Walker in this draft.
Ty Robinson's polar opposite than Deon Walker.
All right. And did we get 2 safeties too?
We did not.
Let's take a look and see what's up there. Makuba's gone, I bet.
RJ Mickens.
RJ Mickens, we'll throw him up there. We got a safety. Let's take a look at some running backs, Dom. We haven't even talked running back all night long.
What about quarterback?
Let's see.
McCord?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to mess with it. Like we got that.
Yeah, we'll stick away from the quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm just saying we got 3 extra picks in this draft.
Yeah, we did.
How do you not take a quarterback?
I don't know. That's how I feel about running back. I'm using the same logic.
There's still some good running backs here. Marcus Yarns is no one knows him because he played at Delaware. But I mean, he is like your old school 3rd down running back material. You know, like the guys who you know are gonna affect the game as a pass catcher. He's got breakaway speed. LaQuint Allen is another one. He's one of my favorites. I absolutely love this guy. His game is legit.
Okay. So what was his name? I'm sorry. I don't know who this guy is.
LaQuint Allen.
LaQuint?
LaQuint.
Let me see it. There it is. Okay.
L.E. Quint. Allen.
All right. We got ourselves a running back on the board. All right. Here we go, guys. The poll is up and the timer has begun. In these, we're creeping closer to the midnight hour. I want to remind everybody, only a few more minutes to get in on the drawing for the House of Atlas Essential Razor Kit. It comes with the razor, you know, the handle they call it, the 5-blade razor, and another 5-blade razor in there for you. And don't forget, we're giving 15% off of your razor pack if you buy the what did I call it again? The before and after set. So you buy that as a kit, 2 things. You get 15% off from the brand new razor blade company, House of Atlas, everybody. It's going to be exciting. Take advantage of these deals that we get for you. Okay. Whoops. All right, how much time we got? How many votes we got here, Dom? Only 30 votes. They are tired out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of picks so far. A lot of picks.
We did some work tonight, everybody. 20 seconds left to get your votes in.
30 votes. It's a blowout. I love it.
It's a blowout. Yeah, we got 9 seconds left. There's no way. And it hasn't moved. So we're going to see who it is. We got Miles Frazier. Is it Miles Frazier coming aboard? We got our pipeline in full effect tonight. Linebackers, interior offensive linemen, safeties,
Wide receivers,
tight ends, defensive tackle. Got a nice batch of defensive tackles, man. LT3, don't forget about them.
Pick 207, Bean.
All right, pick 207.
So many good players still on the board here, man.
Talk
There's
to me.
so many good players.
Let's get a running back up there.
Put LaQuint Allen back up.
LaQuint.
Actually, I don't know if he's still up here. Hang on.
Oh, let's see.
Let's see. No, he's gone.
He's gone. Give me the next one. You know what I want? I want a quick. Somebody super quick. Scatty. I want a scat back.
Well, that was LaQuint Allen. It's definitely not Ollie Gordon, that's for sure. I mean, I'd probably say of these guys, Jaquavius Marks is my highest ranked running back left.
Is that
5'10", 207. He's a receiving back, man. He's had a pretty good career. Mississippi State. He was a transfer from he went to USC from Mississippi State. He had like 1,200 total all-purpose yards his last 2 years in Mississippi
who are we
State.
talking about here? I'm sorry.
Jaquavius Marks. If you were looking for that type of receiver, that scatty back, that's him, man.
All right, I need his name up there for a minute.
Sure.
Right
here.
Marks. All right. We got his RJ Mickens still floating around.
Let's see.
Throw him up there.
Yeah, he's still there.
All right, we'll throw him up there.
You want a real kind of dart throw here, GreenBean, that I'm going to give you one? Holland Pierce out of Rutgers.
Good old Rutgers. I hate Rutgers prospects.
Yeah, but GreenBean, he's a little bit different, man.
Okay.
Holland Pierce is 6'8", 345. He's got 36.5-inch arms. He's just a huge mountain of a man. You want pipeline developmental tackle prospect? There it is. He eats Max Mitchell for breakfast. Yeah. And shits out Carter Warren.
You got to love that. All right. Where's Ryan Fitzgerald going on the board?
Oh, shit.
Screw Dom C. All right. Ryan Fitzgerald, the kicker, is up there. So we got RJ Mickens, a Jets fan favorite. Got a running back, got ourselves the tackle that eats Max Mitchell for breakfast and shits out Carter Warren. It's all coming. The final poll of the night is up, everybody. The timer has begun. Let's see if we can get over 100 votes. What do you think, Dom? Any chance in hell? Everybody, pull it out. Let's go. Get your votes. Let's see if we can end with a bang here. Let's end with a bang. Oh, it's a tight one. And the kicker's losing. Look at this.
Thank God.
Those we waited too long on the running backs. That's what he says.
I hope it's no kicker.
What's 36.5? What did we say that's 36.5?
Holland Pierce's arms. It's actually 36 1/4, but it's close enough.
Ah, okay. How many votes? Come on, guys. Let's end the night with a bang. Move your finger and do it. While we're at it, don't forget to hit the like button. We're a little slight in the likes on the old milk thumbs tonight. It helps the channel, everybody. If you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel before you leave, that's also a good thing. And don't forget the great Dom C's Twitter and YouTube channel links are in the description of this video, right under the offer for House of Atlas, everybody. So don't forget to show Dom some love and support. You know, if anybody deserves it, man. Bearded says, I love the idea of Pierce, but I'm still feeling, probably reeling from Becton big boy pick and injury. Yeah. Well, this is where you do it. One was the 11th overall pick and one's the 207. A little different. How many votes did we get? We got 40. We went a little uptick to 10. So thanks.
Who is
The
it?
last 10.
Who's the selection?
Let's see. RJ Mickens.
Wow.
I'm a little surprised.
Are you though?
I thought the kicker was going to take it. I did. So there it is. We did it.
Wow. I can't even get this on one screenshot to send to you. Let me download this image.
Wow. You got it down. All right, let's do a recap so we can get our letter grades in here.
Just remember, guys, it started off by trading Ahmad Sauce Gardner for pick number 11. We reunited him with Robert Saleh in San Francisco. We then followed that up by trading the number 7 overall pick for pick 32, 64, 96, and a first rounder next year. With the number 11 pick, we took Texas wide receiver Matthew Golden. At pick 32, we replaced Sauce Gardner with a more physical Sauce Gardner and Trey Amos. Pick 42, right tackle Aireontae Ersery, or I should say tackle. He's not just a right tackle. He played a lot of left as well. Pick 64, tight end Mason Taylor. Pick 73, strong safety from the U. No, not the U. From Penn State University.
Yeah.
Kevin Winston
From
Jr.
Linebacker U.
Linebacker
So we got it
U.
safety. Yeah,
That's right. Pick 96, defensive lineman, big fatty for E-Boogie, Deon Walker. Fourth round, pick 110, another tight end, Gunnar Helm. Pick 145, you guys listen to GreenBean too much, Nick Nash.
He's going to be great.
Pick 162, linebacker Danny Stutsman out of Oklahoma. Pick 186, the interior pipeline is built with the guard, Miles Frazier at LSU. And then pick 207, we took RJ Mickens' kid.
There you go. So, all right, get your letter grades in there. We're going to start with the main catch. Good to see you, buddy. Says an A. Gives this one an A. Jake says lots of bodies that should actually contribute. That's a solid B from him. Cadoza said this is at least an A- draft. E-Boogie says A++, and a bunch of dirty words from E-Boogie. Love it. Let's see. A from Irving Grady Jr. We can run 2 tight ends set a la Hernandez and Gronkowski. That we can. And who knows, man? Maybe some real coaching gets Ruckert back and Justin Fields is there. They're reunited. A lot of hope here. Donker Sloot checking in with an A. Bradigan says A-. Let's see. Cadoza says A. Soldiers of God says A. Hamza says, I'm sleeping. This is so terrible. Zachary Berner with an A-. Harley N with a B.
With a B?
See.
How dare you?
Let's see here. Jalen Messina, Liberty's own. Congratulations and good luck, my friend. If you include trading away Sauce, C at best, even with the first next year. But I get it. That's a tough one. Don't forget that in your voting. We don't have Sauce Gardner. The first round pick next year makes it an A, maybe an A+. Bearded says B-. I like a lot of the names and bevy of picks, but it hurts to see Sauce go. I'd send Q, easier to replace in this draft. It's a good point. Yeah, no doubt. Jalen says sorry. B for Harley. He said, Hamza says, I fell asleep. Well, good. We're, hey, man, sleep's hard to come by sometimes.
We did our job.
Right.
Got you some rest.
Curly Norman, B, because we got a first next year. Ammo if and when we draft a quarterback. Yeah, right. There you go. Jason Zaya says, hey, what happened to the thing? Did you just pop it off?
Oh, I did. Do you want it back?
Yeah. Jason Zaya says A. Chad Marlowe with the B. Like the draft, hate giving up Sauce. Yeah, so, but it's still a B. Rusty Spooner, let's see. I like the positions we picked. Would have been a B+, but not getting a kicker has me at a C+. What are you going to do? All right, C+ from the great Rusty Spooner. Jamar says, I like this solid depth. If anything, for me, A. Nice. Braden from New Zealand. Good afternoon, sir. Says A with a green heart. He likes it. RB says, but somehow underwhelming. Philly pick almost like a second rounder, but you get the 5 years. That's the gem about getting that last pick in the first round. Let's see. Jets Paulie hates it. F. I don't know how it could be an F, but hey, to each his own, right, Paulie? Chad Marlowe says, like that. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Kent Freeman with an A+ because of the talent brought in from the trades and wasn't wasted the talent like other trades I've seen. Right on, man. Joe Grana, B+, guys. Defensive tackle picks are not accurate. Kentucky kid is not a nose tackle. He's a big 3. Well, he said he was a 3 tech. Not a no. Well, we're not going 3.
I said it was defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Played a little bit of both.
Yeah. Well, we're not going. It doesn't look like we're going to be, playing with a 3-4 as our primary. So, the nose tackle need is not, it's not quite as much if that was your main alignment.
Correct.
Martin Shilton with an A-. Jalen. Oh yeah. He says, I'm not a fan of creating holes. I get it. I'm with that too. That's why I don't like the Brees. And look, the truth is I don't want to trade Sauce. Again, it's to force us to look at things through this lens, right? Harley, we did Harley. Let's see. Right. Scott says, don't forget the first next year, everybody. That's right. Scott says a B after all that. Extinguish the guilt with a B, Dom. And who else? Infrared's here still, and he says, I give it a strong B. Nice. David Bruce checking in says, almost 5 a.m. here. Great fun. Let's go. B+ from me. Awesome. Good for you, David. You're the man. Hennessy says B+ with that extra first next year is nice. Infrared dropping the fire. So, Dom, it's time for your letter grade and maybe tell us why you're leaning that way.
A lot of guys I like in this class, like a lot of my guys. Trey Amos, I think, is a phenomenal player. Like I said, way, way too early prediction. I think he's the defensive rookie of the year. Kevin Winston, another guy I really like. Gunnar Helm, I think, is phenomenal value. Stutsman and Frazier, phenomenal values. Frazier's, a top 50 player for me. Graded out with a late second, early third round grade for me, getting him at the 6th great value. Nick Nash isn't my favorite, not gonna lie. I think Ersery's good. Might be. I'm curious to see how the tackle class pans out, because this might be perfect spot for him. Early second, or it could be a little bit maybe reachy. We'll see. And Deon Walker's a big question mark, because which one are we getting? Are we getting the healthy one from 2 years ago who dominated the field at Kentucky, or are we getting last year's banged up version? So all that entailed, including the first rounder from last year, or for next year, including losing Sauce Gardner, I'm going to give it a B+.
A B+ from Dom C. So, yeah, this is a tough one for me because I hate losing Sauce. Now, we replaced them, right? We don't know what any prospect's going to be, but you did the work that you needed to do, right? So you look like Sauce for Trey Amos and a first next year kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, what do? You lose that $35 million price tag, and you got a shot. You know what I mean? You got a shot here. And it might end up paying dividends next year with the first and the quarterback class. So it might all, you know what I mean? It's a worthwhile gambit if you're looking at all variables. It's a tough one for me. That said, we come out of the gate with Matthew Golden. This is where I had the biggest problem. I don't think he's going to be a disappointment, but he's not. I just pick 11. I just struggle with that. He's not the guy I would like to see brought into the house, right? If there's other guys. That said, I like the swing. I like going wide receiver with our first pick. I think he's going to be good. So It's a tough one for me. I kind of vacillate back and forth a little bit. So we start with Matthew Golden, Trey Amos, and Ersery. Again, I like Ersery. The good news is, I think he's going to be a quality player. The bad news is we're really hoping for our tackle that we draft this high to start this year. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to see a little bit of growing pains, and that's a little scary. But I do like him, and I think by the end of the year, staying healthy, I think we're going to have a good one. So there's that. Mason Taylor, love it. Kevin Winston, love it. Scroll down a little bit for me.
Sure.
Deon Walker, I'll admit I'm going by Dom C here. I love the swing. I would have gone Jamari Caldwell. I think I just feel more comfortable. But if you're getting that golden nugget, he's sliding because of injury. I think it's a good one. I like Gunnar Helm. I love Nick Nash. I love Danny Stutsman. Miles Frazier, Dom C special this late in the game. I think it's fantastic for the pipeline. RJ Mickens, I like for the pipeline. So it's a weird one. I actually like more our potential for development. You know what I mean? Over what we're really hoping to get, which is a nice batch of a nice core of starters. Trey Amos can start. Matthew Golden's going to be, have his impact. Mason Taylor, Ersery's going to play. I think we're going to see a year of growing pains with these guys. And it's one of those things where I really like the draft, but I don't like how it's going to impact this year. So I got to give this one a B. I could go B+ for the first next year, but I think it's nullified by losing Sauce. So I'm going to stay right in the B range for this.
I will say this.
Yeah.
This exercise was so fun because we got different names in different areas on the board.
Forced us to think tonight.
Yeah.
It really did. I think this was a good one. And again, guys, that's what we're really doing here at the 10 o'clock mock. We're trying to force ourselves to look at this draft through a different lens. What do we do if this happens? Because look, we like to do our mocks, and most people I know, they cheat and look at where the ratings are, and you get these slam dunk drafts. Look at this draft. If I could change the Jets, it's like, yeah, well, not everybody has a fucking cheat sheet. When they're running up their cards every pick, Dom, they don't have that. So anyway, I think we did some good work. We did the hard work, right? You got to look at the cap. You got to look at that stuff. Sauce is on a down year. You get the value for, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you got to play this game. So I like that we forced ourselves to do it. Exciting. Again, I think we came away with a nice solid B draft. I think more than likely though, this would be the year that we kind of give these guys, let them earn their chops and shake off all the fucking mistakes and all that stuff. It's going to be a tough year. Ersery, Trey Amos, Matthew Golden. Wins right. So I think it'll be a year where we're just kind of, really getting these guys their necessary reps. That sucks because we want to see if Justin Fields' experiment works. And I think it's kind of it's a tough one. So a B draft though, not bad. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. We're going to do the giveaway now. Let me see if anybody.
GreenBean, I'm going to cut out though, because I want to see my son who's just getting home.
Oh, absolutely. And I wish your son health and wellness, Dom. I'm glad it wasn't any worse. And, give my best.
We'll talk,
please.
Everybody.
All right, there he goes. Dom C, everybody. Don't forget to give his channels and YouTube and Twitter handle some love. Twitter page. Links are in the description for the great Dom C. Get out of here already. There he goes. Gonna hang out. Stare at me. Go take care of the boy. All right, there he goes, Dom C. So let's go ahead and give away the House of Atlas Razor kit, everybody. You're going to love it. I showed you. It has the fine tuning option. You snap it back, the comfort thing, and it's going to be great. So I'm going to give this to one lucky winner. Let's do the random number generator. Number generator, there it is. Let me share my screen here. All right. We're giving away the House of Atlas Razor kit. And don't forget, you can save yourselves 15% by going to houseofatlas.com/greenbean. All you got to do is buy one of the kits with I can't remember the before and after set. That's the aftershave and the shaving cream. You need that anyway. So it comes to, you get it all together. You save yourself 15%. So let's do this. We got 26 is the number for tonight, everybody. 26. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. It's number 24. So that is none other than this fine fella. The Danger Zone. Dano himself wins the House of Atlas Razor Kit, the essential Razor Kit right here for Dano. Danger Zone wins, everybody. So again, all you got to do is email me. My email is in the link, is in the description of the video, Dano. Go ahead, send me your details, and I'll ship it out this week. We got Mr. Malave, who won last week's deodorant, and we'll keep doing this. It's fun. So, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out. Let me see here. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. It's always so special. And I'll show this one more time for you. Don't forget about our brand new sponsor for the show, the House of Atlas. But, guys, fun draft. And this is what happens. Scotty's saying, hopped in 2 hours late. That's okay. You can always rewatch it. But this was a fun one, man. This one was tough. This was what we call hard work, everybody. This was the hard work draft. I want to thank you for hanging out. It was a really fun time. Whoops, there I go. Don't forget about tomorrow night, the Talking Jets panel on the Talking Jets Network. Matt O'Leary, Ryan, and myself will be with you at 8 p.m. Wednesday night, I'm back on the Talking Jets Network with the one and only Tigo. If he's feeling any better, he's under the weather tonight. We wish him well. And then the Thursday thick of it, back with you right here on GreenBean Jetsfan at 8 p.m. this Thursday with Dom C and the great Gunny. We'll be back with you. Hit those milk thumbs. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. It is greatly appreciated. And it's the only way the channel grows, everybody. So I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. 12:09 a.m. on April Fool's Day, everybody. Be careful out there. It gets crazy. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis. Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't. Fullback, Roger Vick, Jeff Lageman. Jets just don't understand the dress all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady.
Vernon Golson. Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner, Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.